And good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Woodbine Mohawk Park. Here this morning, we've got an 8-race qualifying session, the first of which is going to be going behind the starting gate in just a moment. First 5 of today's 8 qualifiers will be for 2-year-olds. So we're going to have a field of 7 here in this first qualifier, and we're kicking things off with 2-year-old filly trotters. Driver change on number 1, Landing Day, Dustin Jones, the trainer. He'll also do the driving. So the one is Landing Day. She's a daughter of Tactical Landing. This is going to be her first time out. Dustin Jones trains and drives. Landing Day was purchased at the Lexington Select Sale. Came out of that one for $60,000 US. To Claire Island, my MVP filly. Gabby Sasso trains. Bob McClure will drive. This will be the third qualifier for Claire Island. 3 is Southwind Omaha. She's a daughter of Muscle Hill. Jessica Hayter trains. Scott Young drives. Southwind Omaha came out of the Lexington sale for $15,000 US. And this will be her third qualifier. 4 is Solo to Lexington. She's a daughter of Jim Panzee, trained by Paige McDonald, driven by James McDonald. And Solo to Lexington was a Lexington select buy for $35,000 US. This will be her second qualifier. 5 is Love Wins. She's a daughter of Muscle Mass, first time out for the Allen Fair trainee. Tyler Jones drives. 6 is Carrots Run Away, a run director filly. Shane Weber trains and drives. This will also be her qualifying debut. And 7 is Lake Buena Vista. She's a daughter of Muscle Mass. Lori Bako trains. Jody Jameson will drive. And Lake Buena Vista, who will be making her second qualifying appearance. She was a $75,000 purchase from the London Classic. So there you go. It's a field of 7 to kick things off on this Monday morning. Another warm one here today. Temperature in the mid-20s. Track is fast. Wind coming out of the west a little bit. We'll be hitting them as they come down the lane. Set to go. First qualifier here today. Here they come. And they're off and trotting. Claire Island is going to push out for the early lead. Southwind Omaha follows the next door neighbor, and from the outside, Lake Buena Vista. The mid-pack will be Solo to Lexington. From the rail is Landing Day, then to Love Wins, and the last one will be Carrots Run Away. As they're heading to the first turn, out in front, it is going to be Lake Buena Vista. So Lake Buena Vista sent out to the top and shows them to the opening quarter. Claire Island, who stepped off the wings nicely, is in second. Third, then is Southwind Omaha. Solo to Lexington in fourth. 31-1 was the opening quarter. And as they swing to the backstretch, the leader here is Lake Buena Vista by 2. She's the daughter of Muscle Mass, second time out. She has them pointed up the backstretch. Second is Claire Island. Racing in third is Southwind Omaha. Solo to Lexington is then fourth. Tightening up in fifth will be Landing Day. 2 more lengths to Love Wins. And at the back of the pack is Carrots Run Away. No change here through this second quarter as they come up to the midway point. And the leader continues to be Lake Buena Vista by the half in 101-4. Lake Buena Vista onto the far turn. Comfortable lead here by 2.5 lengths. Claire Island in second. Southwind Omaha is now getting underway as Scott Young moves that one out from third. Solo to Lexington still there fourth. Then going back to Landing Day, followed by Love Wins and Carrots Run Away. Coming to 3/4, Lake Buena Vista untouched. On the outside is Southwind Omaha. Getting closer once again, Clare Island. Right behind that one is Solo to Lexington, 131 and 2 for 3/4. So the trotting fillies get into the stretch. Lake Buena Vista the leader. On the outside is Southwind Omaha trying to press. Looking to come up the rail now is Clare Island. Fanning out wide is Solo to Lexington with less than an eighth to go. Still with the lead is Lake Buena Vista. Chipping away at the rails, Clare Island. And here comes Solo to Lexington roaring up on the outside. Solo to Lexington, Lake Buena Vista, Clare Island at the rail. It's Solo to Lexington to win it. Finishing in second, it appeared to be Clare Island from Lake Buena Vista third, then going back to Southwind Omaha fourth. The time 2:01 and 2 for Solo to Lexington. Qualifier number 2 is up next. Driver change on 2, and Mac to J.R. Plant. 2-year-old Pacers here in this second qualifier. One is Miss Wiggles, third time out for the Scott McEnany trainee. Sam Fillion drives, daughter of Better's Delight. Came out of Lexington sale for $15,000 US. 2 is Ann Mack. She's a daughter of Cattle Wash. Shane Weber trains. And as mentioned, J.R. Plant will drive. Second time out for Ann Mack. Number 3, Can't Turn You Down. Debut qualifier for this Zach Carroll trainee. Bob McClure drives. She's a daughter of Cattle Wash. 4 is Uno Momenta. Control the Moment filly. Roger Mayotte trains. James McDonald drives. First time out for Uno Momenta. 5 is Shuri, a Cattle Wash filly, trained by Jason Libby. It'll be Travis Henry driving, and Shuri was a $40,000 Harrisburg buy. 6 is Better Story, a Better's Delight filly. Luke Blay trains. Tyler Jones drives. Second time out for Better Story. She came out of Harrisburg for $150,000 US. And 7, Make 'em Blush Hanover, a Captain Treacherous filly trained by Luke Blay. Louis Waugh drives. Second qualifier for this Lexington Select grad, $150,000 US. Here they come, a field of 7 2-year-old pacing fillies in qualifier number 2. They're off and pacing. And kicking on out of there will be Better Story along with Shuri, who slices between rivals. And Mac over to the inside. Here comes Make 'em Blush Hanover now, and she is going to step on up and head out to the lead for Waugh. So the stablemates of trainer Luke Blay, Make 'em Blush Hanover and Better Story get away 1-2. Third into the first turn is Shuri. Then racing in fourth is Ann Mac. Getting away in fifth is Una Momenta. As we go back to Miss Wiggles, and the last one is Can't Turn You Down. 29-3 was the opening quarter time. And as we move to the backstretch, it's a daughter of Captain Treacherous, Make 'em Blush Hanover, the leader by a length and a half. Better Story is in second. Third, then right there is Shuri. A couple lengths going back to Ann Mac as she looks to close that gap going through this second quarter. Tightening up as well, Una Momenta. Back then to Miss Wiggles, and the last one is Can't Turn You Down. Coming up to the midway point, and the leader still Make 'em Blush Hanover. Make 'em Blush Hanover is by the midway point in 59-1. So after a 29-3 opening quarter, once again, it was 29-3 through the second split. Make 'em Blush Hanover heading into the far turn. Second time out here again for this daughter of Captain Treacherous. She just sat fourth throughout. Pretty even qualifier in the first journey. Here today, she is doing the road work. Better Story, the stablemate, trying to track right along there in second. Shuri is still there third. Fourth as they come to three quarters is Ann Mac, Una Momenta, then back to Miss Wiggles and Can't Turn You Down. Three-quarter time was 128-3, and the pacing filly stepped for home. 29-2 third quarter. Make 'em Blush Hanover into the lane. She's trying to kick clear. Make 'em Blush Hanover. Now to the outside comes Shuri, and Shuri's got a target. She's trying to chase down the leader. Back in third is Better Story. Una Momenta looking to kick home strong. Ann Mac is back in fifth. Coming into deep stretch, Make 'em Blush Hanover. Shuri in pursuit, and Una Momenta, but Make 'em Blush Hanover's there. Make 'em Blush Hanover wins it. Shuri was second, Una Momenta third, and it looked like Ann Mac was able to nip Better Story for fourth. 158 flat. Lining up for the third qualifier, 2-year-old Trotters. Dustin Jones drives a 2, Fly Through Time. Number 6 is Scratched, and 7, Willie Boys, driven by James McDonald. 1, Making a Run for It, a muscle mass filly trained by Alan Fair. The driver will be Tyler Jones, first time out for this filly. 2, Fly Through Time, also a debuter. Dustin Jones trains and drives a Cantab Hall filly who came out of the Lexington Select sale for $20,000 US. 3, My Mischievous Doug is an Ilsonio Dream gelding. Kerry LeCain trains. Carter Gimlet drives. First qualifier for My Mischievous Doug. 4, Albedo is a Trixton colt. Steve Boston's trains. Bob McClure drives. Qualifying debut, a $12,000 London Classic buy. 5 is Captain Code, gelded son of Captain Corey, trained by Bob Young. Scott Young drives. First time out for Captain Code, who was a Lexington Select purchase for $25 US. 6 is out, and 7 is Willie Boy, gelded son of Muscle Hill. Ben by Arjan trains. James McDonald drives. And Willie Boy, who's qualifying for the first time, a $65,000 US buy from the Lexington Select sale. Gate picks up speed. Here they come. Qualifier number 3. And they're off and trotting from the inside, making a run for it. Is just leaving out nicely, and we'll have the early lead. Coming across will be Fly Through Time to tuck in beside the next door neighbor. Meanwhile, Albedo over to the inside is third. On the outside, fourth is Captain Code. Then going back to Willie Boy, who might get in front of My Mischievous Doug as they all settle going into the first turn. Making a run for it is the leader. Second is Fly Through Time, and then their third is Albedo, followed by Captain Code fourth. Opening quarter time was 31-1. Trotters will swing into the backstretch here, and Tyler Jones has this muscle mass filly making a run for it, out in front by 2 lengths. Second is Fly Through Time. Their third is Albedo. Fourth up the backstretch is Captain Code, tracked by Willie Boy in fifth, and then it's 3.5 lengths back to My Mischievous Doug. Here's a second quarter move to the top coming from Fly Through Time, who loops out from the 2-hole and now takes command. It's Fly Through Time, striding them by the midway point in a time of 1:02.1. So a new leader in the form of Fly Through Time. This daughter of Cantab Hall, she's out in front by 3. Making a run for it now. We'll pick it up there in second, followed by Albedo in third. Captain Code looks ready to go from in fourth, and yes, is underway. Back to Willie Boy fifth, and sixth continues to be My Mischievous Doug. So loose on the lead coming to 3/4 is Fly Through Time. Advancing on the outside, Captain Code has made up a couple of spots quickly and can get right in behind the leader as they get to the top of the stretch. 1:32.1 was the 3/4 time. So 30 seconds in that third split for Fly Through Time. And here's Captain Code on the outside, who marches on by. An eighth of a mile to go, and Captain Code has taken the lead. Fly Through Time in second. Then we're going back to making a run for it. Albedo on the outside trying to get up into third, followed by Willie Boy and My Mischievous Doug. A nice-looking debut for this son of Captain Corey. Captain Code will win it by 3. Finishing second was Fly Through Time. Then back to Albedo in third. 2:01.1 the final time. Up next is the fourth qualifier today. We're on the pace here. Continuing on with the 2-year-olds. Scratch number 5. James McDonald drives the 2 exactly correct. Number 1, All-Star Cheez It. Is it better than Cheddar Colt? Kenneth Skinner trains, Scott Young drives. Second time out for this $10,000 London Classic purchase. 2 is exactly correct. A Better's Delight Colt, qualifying debut, trained by Camila Christoforou. James McDonald will drive. Exactly correct. Came out of Harrisburg for $20,000 US. 3 is D.A. Bodacious. This will be the third time out for this cattle wash colt, trained by Dan Legacy. Trevor Henry's in the bike. D.A. Bodacious came out of the London Classic for $140,000. 4 is Lou Who, a Dancing Lou colt. Steve Houdon trains and drives, first time out. 5 is Scratch. 6 is Aura Blue Chip, a Captain Treacherous filly. Luke Blay trains. Louis Wobble steer, second qualifier for this Harrisburg purchase of $140,000 US. And 7 is Philly Stranger, a Tall Dark Stranger colt, also trained by Luke Blay. Tyler Jones will drive. This will be the second qualifier for this youngster, who came out of Harrisburg for $55,000 US. Scratch down to a field of 6, qualifier number 4. And they're off and pacing. Philly Stranger from the outside is surging forward and going out to the early lead. Aura Blue Chip, that one stablemate, is outside second. Going to push around on D.A. Bodacious, who gets away in third. It'll be exactly correct, fourth. Settling in fifth will likely be Lou Who in front of the rail starter, All-Star Cheez It, as they drive to the opening quarter. So Philly Stranger got off the wings quickly here today and fronts them by that opening marker in 29-2. Philly's Stranger, the leader here for Jones. Back in second is Aura Blue Chip. Third is D.A. Bodacious. A couple lengths going back to exactly correct in fourth. Another pair of lengths to Lou Who, and All-Star Cheez It is about 13 lengths from the front. So a loose leader. This has been Philly's Stranger. This one raced at the back in his first time out here today. He is fronting as they're coming up to the midway point. Already out from third, though, is D.A. Bodacious. The half hit in 58 seconds flat. So they're moving right along here. And D.A. Bodacious, in the third time out, is advancing on the outside and coming here for Henry up to challenge and looking to overtake Philly Stranger as 5/8 of the mile is now complete. Aura Blue Chip is back in third. Here's Lou Who. This one is advancing on the outside in his first qualifier. He's now up into fourth. Exactly correct. Stays at the rail. 2 lengths back to All-Star Cheez It. D.A. Bodacious out around this last turn trying to get by Philly Stranger. 1:26.3 with the 3/4 time. They're into the stretch, and D.A. Bodacious has looked to take off here in the lane. So D.A. Bodacious finally gets clear of Philly Stranger. Back in third is Aura Blue Chip. Outside that was Lou Who. Exactly correct. Just following arrival inside fifth. All-Star Cheez It the last in line. D.A. Bodacious will be a winner here today. Philly Stranger was second, and third went to Aura Blue Chip over Lou Who fourth. 1:55.1. And we're lining up now for the fifth qualifier today. 2-year-olds on the trot. We're going to scratch number 4, South River Dahlia. Dustin Jones drives 3, Fabulous Serenity. 2-year-old trotters here. 1 Twiddlesticks is a daughter of run director Shane Weber trains. Bob McClure drives. Second time out. The 2, I Am That Special, a muscle mass filly. Paul Walker trains and drives. This will be her second qualifying appearance. She was a $100,000 buy from the London Classic. 3, Fabulous Serenity, the debut for this daughter of Fabulous Wood. Dustin Jones trains and drives, and she came out of the Lexington sale for $39,000 US. 4 is out. 5 is Believe, a daughter of Muscle Mass. Dan Legacy trains. Trevor Henry drives, second qualifier for this Lexington Select grad of $34,000 US. 6, Belle Boo Boo, Green Manalishi filly, third qualifier for the Paul Reed trainee. Scott Young drives. And 7 is Finley, a muscle mass filly. This is her first time out. She's trained by Alan Fair. The driver's Tyler Jones. Starting gate into the stretch. Here they come. Qualifier number 5. And they're off in trotting. Believes getting out to a good beginning as that one flashes a little bit of early speed, striking the front. Meanwhile, I Am That Special comes on through from post 2 and is second. Riding at that one's wheel is Belle Boo Boo, and here comes Finley as she's now roaring on the outside. It's Twiddlesticks back in 5th and into the first turn. Fabulous Serenity, the early trailer. They head to the opening quarter, and the leader here is Believe. Second is I Am That Special, who got right in behind the leader, and there was a 3-hole for Finley to settle into. 31-4 was the opening split. So the trotting fillies exit the first turn. Believe, a daughter of Muscle Mass, fronts them by a little more than a length and a half, and that lead's going to stretch out here now. So through this second quarter, it's Believe, who is cruising right along, a 2-length leader on I Am That Special. Then in third is Finley. Fourth up the backstretch is Belle Boo Boo. 2 more lengths back to Twiddlesticks in 5th, and 6th is going to be Fabulous Serenity. So they gap out a little bit here through this second quarter as Believe, off a 31-4 opening split, goes by the half in 101-4. That was 30 seconds in the second quarter. It's all Believe up front. I Am That Special in pursuit second. Third is the debuter Finley, followed fourth by Belle Boo Boo. Then we're going back to Twiddlesticks and another debuter in Fabulous Serenity. She is the trailer as they're now midway around the far turn. So Believe got that lead out to 3 or 3.5 lengths. Off stride in third went Finley. In second, I Am That Special has now closed in a bit. It's just 2 lengths away as they'll come to the top of the stretch. 131-1 for 3 quarters. That was 29-2 in the third split. Believe has them into the lane. I Am That Special is second. In third is Belle Boo Boo. Then we're going back to Twiddlesticks, followed by Fabulous Serenity, and Finley still off stride. Less than an eighth to go, and Believe is cruising along. It's Believe coming into deep stretch now, edge of the tote board. Belle Boo Boo has gotten into second from I Am That Special third, and Fabulous Serenity makes up some ground to finish in fourth. It was Believe in 2:01 flat. We move on to qualifier number 6. The 2-year-olds are wrapped up, so we'll go to the 3-year-olds and up now. And we're on the trot in today's 6th qualifier with a field of 5. The 1 Waterfall, 4-year-old driven by J.R. Plant. 2 P.L. Spencer, a 3-year-old gelding driven by Bob McClure. 3 is Cameron Hanover, the 11-year-old driven by Chris Christoforou. 4 Drawn Impression, the 4-year-old mare driven by Louis Waugh. And 5 Emoji Hanover, 4-year-old mare driven by Tyler Jones. On the trot here for the 6th at the starting gate, moves to the top of the stretch. And they're off and trotting. Cameron Hanover from the center is getting out there and getting the first call. Waterfall trotting away from the rail. Off stride went Emoji Hanover. Made a quick break, but will reset. Her stablemate Drawn Impression is settled into the 3-hole. P.L. Spencer is racing 4th, and there is Emoji Hanover, who will now be in 5th as they get into single file heading to the opening quarter. Cameron Hanover, the veteran, the 11-year-old, fronts them to that opening station. Opening quarter time, 30-4. So not a lot of early speed there. Cameron Hanover into the backstretch, leading by a length and a half. Waterfall is 2nd. Drawn Impression, she is racing in 3rd. P.L. Spencer is there 4th. And then back to Emoji Hanover, as they are a tightly packed group of 5, midway up the backstretch following Cameron Hanover. 2-hole ride for Waterfall. Then it's Drawn Impression, the winner of nearly $700,000. She's in 3rd. P.L. Spencer, that OSS Gold winner, set that OSS Gold record of 51-3 in his most recent start, is 4th. 5th is Emoji Hanover. 1:01 was the half-mile time. 30-1 in the second quarter. And expecting them to pick it up here in the back half now. Still Cameron Hanover and Christoforou. Waterfall in 2nd. Drawn Impression, she's there 3rd. Tracked by P.L. Spencer in 4th. And right on that one's helmet in 5th is Emoji Hanover as they come to 3 quarters. Nobody's moved just yet. Cameron Hanover now angling out of the 2-hole is Waterfall. 1:30-1 the 3-quarter time. They went 29-1 in the 3rd quarter. And into the stretch now. Waterfall was certainly ready to go. Powers up and takes the lead. Drawn Impression just tracks that helmet, stays there as P.L. Spencer tries to come into the mix now. Cameron Hanover at the rail and Emoji Hanover back in 5th. It's Waterfall, and here's Drawn Impression powering up. Drawn Impression now takes the lead, and she will trot through the wire, winning it by a length. 2nd was Waterfall, 3rd then P.L. Spencer, followed by Emoji Hanover and Cameron Hanover, 157-3. 7th qualifier is where we're at now. 3-year-olds and up on the pace. Driver change on number 5, Lions Frankie J to Tyler Jones. One is Good Pride, a 3-year-old filly, Sylvain Grenier drives. 2, Oceanside Magic, 3-year-old filly driven by James McDonald. 3 is Treasure's Eyes. Andre Goish drives this 3-year-old colt. 4 is Roman Gladiator, a 3-year-old gelding driven by Trevor Henry. 5, Lions Frankie J, 3-year-old colt driven by Tyler Jones. 6 is Twin Bee Alliance, a 3-year-old gelding driven by Travis Henry. 7 is Reigning Captain, 3-year-old gelding driven by Bob McClure. 8 is Trooper Hanover, a 4-year-old driven by Paul McDonnell. And 9 is My Ultimate Snowy, a 6-year-old gelding driven by Jody Jameson. A field of 9 lined up for qualifier number 7. Here they come. And they're off and pacing. Firing away will be Twin Bee Alliance going out forward. On the outside is My Ultimate Snowy. The outside lever will push on up and looks to grab command. Coming up into third is Reigning Captain in front of Good Pride fourth. Oceanside Magic got away in fifth to Roman Gladiator. Then on the outside, that is Trooper Hanover down to the rail, where we will go to Lions Frankie J. And then the last one will be Treasure's Eyes. Opening quarter time was 28-2. And up front here, it is the veteran in this group, the 6-year-old My Ultimate Snowy, who leads it for Jameson. Twin Bee Alliance will track there in second. Gap of 5 or 6 lengths back to Reigning Captain third. Fourth up the backstretch is Good Pride. She's being followed by Oceanside Magic. Then we will go back to Roman Gladiator, racing in seventh as they come up to the midway point. That is going to be Trooper Hanover, followed by Lions Frankie J, and the last one, Treasure's Eyes, 56-3. So the second quarter quicker than the first, 28-1. And off that 56-3 half, it's My Ultimate Snowy, the leader. My Ultimate Snowy, first charted line since back in March in New York, and My Ultimate Snowy is going to 3/4 with Twin Bee Alliance following very closely there second. Well back to the others, Reigning Captain is third, and then it'll go to Good Pride. Getting underway is Oceanside Magic. 125 was the 3/4 clocking, and the Pacers are into the stretch. My Ultimate Snowy trying to cap this one off as Twin Bee Alliance is 2 lengths away, but is coming after that one with an 1/8 of a mile to go. Well back to Oceanside Magic, who's getting into third from Reigning Captain fourth. Good Pride at the inside. Then we'll go back to the others. It's My Ultimate Snowy, almost home. My Ultimate Snowy will win it. Twin Bee Alliance stuck with that one all the way. Finishes in second. Third is going to go to Reigning Captain from Oceanside Magic. Then back to Good Pride on the outside, Trooper Hanover. Between horses was Roman Gladiator. Then Lions Frankie J. And the last one, Treasure's Eyes. 153-3. Final qualifier today is going to be the 8th race, and in this 8th race, we are going to scratch down to a field of 5, take out numbers 1 and 4. James McDonald will drive 3, DA Dream Girl. Travis Henry will drive 5, Works Like a Charm. 1 is out, so 2 is She's a Manalishi, a 3-year-old filly with Lyle MacArthur. 3 is DA Dream Girl, 3-year-old filly to be driven by James McDonald. 4 is out. 5 is Works Like a Charm, a 4-year-old gelding driven by Travis Henry. 6 is Spiros, 4-year-old gelding driven by Chris Christoforou. And 7, Kevin Anthony, a 7-year-old driven by Trevor Henry. Final qualifier today. We're back in action with live racing here tonight, 6:35 first race post time. Next qualifying day will be this Friday morning, start time 9:30 a.m. A field of 5, trotters set to go for the 8th. Off stride, number 2, She's a Manalishi. They're off fan trotting. Kevin Anthony is surging on the outside. Some early speed as well for Works Like a Charm. Spiro steps ahead into 3rd in front of DA Dream Girl 4th. And then back to that breaker, She's a Manalishi. Through the wire for the first time. Kevin Anthony fronts him into the first turn. Works Like a Charm there 2nd. Spiros is 3rd. 4th is DA Dream Girl. And back trotting and looking to catch on up. That is She's a Manalishi. And she is trotting quickly. She'll get near them as they come to the opening quarter. 28 and 4 was the opening split for Kevin Anthony, and this is a 7-year-old, the veteran in the group, leading it by 2. Works Like a Charm in 2nd, then going back to Spiros in 3rd, followed by DA Dream Girl 4th, and catching up to that one is She's a Manalishi in 5th. They're midway up the backstretch. Kevin Anthony is the leader. First appearance since last September for Kevin Anthony. 2 lengths in front of Works Like a Charm, who's qualifying for the first time since back in March. Spiros is 3rd. 4th is DA Dream Girl. She's a Manalishi 5th and 8 from the lead. 57 and 4 was the half-mile time. Then went the second quarter in 29 seconds. It's Kevin Anthony, the leader. Works Like a Charm there in 2nd. 3rd is Spiros, followed in 4th by DA Dream Girl. Right on that one's back 5th is She's a Manalishi. Spiros starting to edge out from in 3rd, as right now the leader, Kevin Anthony, is able to open up by 3. Kevin Anthony on top by 3 at 3/4 in 127 flat. Off stride went Works Like a Charm. That one down into the safety lane. Spiros is now trying to move up into 2nd, as angling out is DA Dream Girl. She's a Manalishi following, and we have less than 1/8 of a mile to go, and Kevin Anthony at 3/4 got away on them, and here in the stretch has got this out to a wide margin of nearly 10 lengths. Back out there is Works Like a Charm, who quickly reset. Is going to try and hold 2nd from DA Dream Girl 3rd, Spiros 4th, and then She's a Manalishi, 156 flat the time for Kevin Anthony.